Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, I tore back into it. Uh, something just, it was running way better than the gray one, but I don't know. Something just felt off. I did a compression. It pulls over real easy, so I did a compression check on it, and cold it's 150, and I thought that was a little low, especially for the machine work that I've done to it, because I've cut 45, 50 or so out of this band, and the exhaust is not. It's just a smidge higher than I normally run, but I was expecting this to be in the 170, 180 range, and it was 150. In the ring that I had in it was one of them all black. Well, it came with this cylinder, the Farmer Tech cylinder with this. It came with this piston, and it's like it lost its tension. A low tension ring is nice, but you can also have too low a tension and let your compression by. So I dug around, did some digging, and I had a caber. The caber's a little tighter on the ring gap, and it's got like what I call normal tension. So I threw a caber in, and then I redouble checked my squish. I was 26. I was 26 at the outer edge, and then I still got the piece of solder. I can't remember. I remember I capered that some, but not horrible. Oh shit! I don't know what to do with my solder. That I want to say it had a 3 thou taper on it from one end to the other, and so I cut 5 more off the base. So I'm 20. Yeah, I'm 20, and then I'm 23 on the inside, and then I pulled the compression release plug out and made sure I was getting all the shavings out of there, and then I was looking in there, and it had a huge gap inside of there, and it's actually got quite a bit bigger hole than normal. So I put a piece of tape in there and I filled that hole with JB Weld and tightened that down. So this is gonna have to sit overnight, and then I can work on putting this back together and see if the 5 to 6 thou I cut off the base to tighten the squish up just a little bit, and a tighter fit in the ring is going to do the job. This is a new ring. Actually, swiped it out of this Meteor kit. There's the ring that I had in it. These are 1.5 thick rings, and I only had this one. I've looked all over for. I've got another one hanging up, but it's out of a scored cylinder. It's got damage. I just use it for like marking transfers and stuff. But so I threw that in here. I tore the gray one back apart to get my echo piston out. Because these ports I put in here would flow really good on them boost ports too. But when I checked the squish on that one, I almost have to buy another one if I don't want to. When I checked my squish, I'm 40 here, and then I'm 20 where the pop-up comes into play. So even if I was to cut the band or the base down more, the intake skirt depth is different on these. So just by putting this piston in, it's like you gained. Typically, I'll run this piston in something that I don't do so much machine work on, so I can keep the intake under control. I don't know. Good news is nothing's eating itself, so that all looked good. I just want to bump the compression up a little bit. I should have gained by dropping the cylinder down. I should have lowered my roof a little bit. I should get a little bit there. I should get a little bit by tightening the squish up. Intake should be right around 80.5 now. So yeah, and that should still be fine with this carburetor. So yeah, so this is on hold for tonight. There's no sense me putting together because I don't want to pull it over and I don't want to be pushing liquid JB Weld in and out. So this is on hold. I'm dinking with this one. I'm getting ready to get my wheel all on there. I just bolted the jug down. This will have a single ring piston, but this is a 52 millimeter kit, and I'm going to set this cylinder off to the side because I don't know if I'm running. I don't know if it's the crank issue or if it's just the port work that's in that thing and I chose poorly on the numbers. But I'm going to do very, very, very bad things to this cylinder just because I can, and I have a backup one. I've been sitting on these. I have a backup one right here that's a big bore. I will be able to run that as a 5 cuber, but I will not be able to run that in Clone Wars because I think there's no big bore kits allowed in Clone Wars. So it might just become a 5 cube racer. I don't know. It'll have to beat my 461, and that's a pretty tough cookie to take on there. But I'm going to set my piston clip in there. So I'm not going to relighten a pin. I'm going to use my lighting pin I had in that Echo piston. So yeah. So I'm going to get my. I got to just finger tight hard to snug this down. I don't know if I'm going to machine the combustion chamber. It's nickel plated off there. I don't know if I want to dink around with doing all that. But I'm going to get my wheel squish read. That way I can find out where the numbers are and then figure out if I'm going to machine the cylinder or not. If the intake and exhaust is where I already want it, just by me setting the squish, I'm going to roll with it that way because the big bores do make a little bit more compression anyway. So, yeah. But, yeah, there's the update for today. So I'm going to get tinkering with this. I'll probably show you guys the bad things I do to that. So, you guys take it easy and have a good one.